Greetings, my fellow knights. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Knights of the Seer, Episode 2, The Mighty Lindworm. So, I have another cooking table down here because one of the things we need to do for tannery is to make tanning liquor, or liqueur, or whatever. And in order to do that, the best way, or probably the easiest way for this biome is to use woods for that. So, the cooking table will be processing wood into tanning liqueur. And I'm going to use the deep storage crate to store it. And I'll start with 4 tanning racks, and we'll see if we need more. So what ends up... Oh, Mad Raccoon. What ends up happening is when you butcher a creature, it gives you a hide. And hides spoil in about 5 days. And if you don't put them on a tanning rack, they never become leather. They just get ruined. The tanning racks can also allow you to make rugs, too. So once we have an abundance of leather, perhaps we can consider rugs. Just marking all the raccoons to be killed, but everyone's asleep. Let's see. For now, I'm going to put you on research, so you don't go out there and just fight raccoons all by your lonesome. This wall is temporary, yeah. It's going to be mirrored with a smithy. I just don't need a smithy just yet, so I wanted to limit where this line is going to be where the stone floor goes, because under the smithy I'm going to put a stone floor. I think that makes more sense. Alright, Glitter, before you go out there, I'm just going to lock you in. I want everybody awake so that I minimize wounds. Also, a little spring cleaning. It's the 11th of spring, so late spring cleaning. Okay, here we go. First battle, wouldn't say it's a big one. Oh, this tree is definitely in the way. One thing I could do is build a little lip roof so we don't go grow trees right outside our doors. Okay, come on, raccoons. Your target practice. Splat. Wow, scratch to the neck. It's not very deep. I am not going to use up heal root for minor wounds like this, though. Oh, we have our first of combat music, too. Okay, you're all good to go. So Oberon, maybe you're already doing it. I wanted Oberon to work on the tanning racks, because we are going to want to get the tanning racks filled with the hides, so that the hides don't spoil. And also building the cooking table. And he's already healed. Wasn't that big of a wound. So the meat that I have, I am going to have Oberon start bringing into the meat racks. I have found that prepping, when you can only grow for half the year, prepping for winter is very, very important. Or you're going to be relying on trudging through snow or starving to death. So this will take 2.5 days to dry, and once done, the 100 meat turns into 10 meals of dried meat. Which is, the nutritional value is not as high as like an actually cooked meal. It's kind of on the order of like pemmican. Alright, over here, what we want to do is make tanning liquor from woods. We'll do until we have, let's say, 100 of it. And we take wood from this stockpile, which currently isn't stocked with wood, and move it into this box. So this is tanning liquor box. And here Madsy is already going to... Oh, I guess not. Thought you were. I think what I'm going to do is do high priority haul briefly, so that we can maybe haul some wood where it belongs. Or hay, or whatever people want to grab. Just a little tidying up. So he's about halfway to his next sidecast. What is Oberon? Oberon's almost 2/3. The higher level you become, the more experience you need to go up a level. So your first few levels go a lot quicker than subsequent levels, which take a lot longer. Here is another question I have for all of you. What should the primary goal be? There's the poll. We have got improved agriculture. Should I set up farm fields and the like? Should I work on better cooking? Should I... Well, these are kind of research goals, but for engineering, it would be setting up a smithy, same with alchemy. For textiles and clothes, work on setting up more of a tailoring room or weapons. So feel free to vote there as you see fit. I would say that the keep is rather put together. So the new goal is research engineering, and expanding the tannery. So without researching tailoring or complex clothing, there's not a lot of tailoring that I can do. There's just whatever you can make on a workbench, which is like a war mask and a headdress and sackcloth. Uh-oh, we've got our first Lindworm. So this... Oh, and I found a broken cart. I'm going to mark this down for later. Lindworms are enormous reptiles halfway between serpents and dragons. One of the few creatures truly incapable of feeling fear. They're very, very dangerous forest lindworms. And that's something that we're going to want to try to kill, if possible. Let me take off high priority haul. The reason I really wanted to haul is I wanted to move wood into this so that we can make tanning liquor quicker. Because we grab the wood from that stack and stick it in this box. And this box holds up to 5 stacks. That allows us to make the tanning liquors needed for this tanning process very, very quickly. Alright, these are probably the last 2 granite stone blocks I'm going to make. And done. Oh, foggy rain. This is the wrong weather to try to fight a Lindworm. Fine. Oh, boy. Don't know when die now, you hear? Oh, good opening volley. Just dandy. Get him! Looks like a really big snake. It's basically what it is. I'm trying to use as many sidecasts as I can to prevent calamity here. Don't attack Glitter. Attack Oberon. Oh, Jesus. Right leg almost tore clear off. Back up, Glitter. This is not a safe fight. This is why I was like, oh, God. Lindworm already? Glitter. You are going to self-tend. Oberon right now is on Psychic Agility, so his move speed is dramatically increased, which is why he's able to dodge. Well, okay, I said that, and he got hit. Able to usually dodge. There we go. All right, we're okay. That will feed us. Yum, yum. And it looks like you guys want me to pursue alchemy. Got it. So that's sort of like a research goal as well. But that to me means make a smithy. So I was waiting to do the other half of this, but I guess it's coming sooner than I thought. Is that the same? Let's see. Yep. That's mirrored. Cool. Mike, thanks for the resub. Scorpio. Let's regen Glitter faster. Give her Word of Healing. So here's Word of Healing. For 2 days, we have a natural healing factor that is tripled. Allows you to recover from wounds very quickly, because I don't want her limping around. If I can do something to help. Oh, that was not supposed to be a grow zone. That was supposed to be a dump zone. And we have our first visitors from House Amboise. So we have Nitro and Waffles. Strong names. Strong hedonistic names right there. Looks like we're good to make a few additional meals. And Oberon just got inspired trade. Look at you go, dude. One of the reasons why I wanted to put the smithy and tailoring down here is it will block a lot of the trees that would grow to sort of blot out our fort. So I can see the fort. I can see the keep a little better. Hedonistic. And Mike, yeah, thank you for the resub and cheers. Welcome. Have you drop some light in there? Help them out a bit. These are just visitors. They are not even trading. Do I have... Oh, yeah, I do have a little bit of sandstone. Now, if I did want tiles and not flagstone, I would need to research stone cutting. Because I don't start with stone cutting. That could be left up to you, whether I do that or not. Trying to get the tree not covered. Oh, Oberon has an infection. Getting bit by a giant snake does that. Now, the next skill in line of the protector tree here is a Word of Immunity skill, which allows you to significantly boost their immunity. One of the real benefits of that is you boost the immunity so much that they don't even really need a bed rest. But I don't have that skill yet, so I'm going to have Oberon set to bed rest out of an abundance of caution. Question. Should I research stone cutting next? So the reason I ask this is if you want tiled floors in the blacksmithy, I need to research stone cutting. If you don't care, I don't care, and I will continue to research alchemy, which was your previous sort of suggestion, pushing towards advanced research benches. So I'll leave that up to you. Stone cutting is a really fast one. Engineering takes 1,000, whereas stone cutting only takes 300. So it should be pretty quick. But yeah, happy to leave it up to you. Now, unfortunately, Oberon happens to be our morale guide, or in this case, for our ideology, known as the Inquisitor. So he is not able to preach health to himself. But he should be fine. Seems to be doing fine. Glitter is doing her best tree cutting for the smithy. I like to leave that to a farmer for them to do. But in this case, I just don't have any that are available. Some of these leathers are finished. Scorpio's just tree hugging right now. He is just praying to that anima tree. Alright, this is just about enclosed. Yep. So I will knock down this temporary wall so we no longer need it. And engineering just got done. You guys want stone cutting. Done and done. Ooh, looks like we're gonna have a lot of rice soon. So with all that rice, another thing I'd like to make, besides the dried meat, because dried meat's really nice, is to make pemmican. That way we can extend the life of both vegetables and meat. Nice and clean laboratory. I like it. My Oberon, how is your infection? Oh, you're fine. Next tend in 13 hours. Okay. I must have just tended. Didn't notice. We are starting to get rotted meat, so I might want additional meat racks in order to make sure that we don't have a lot of meat rot, but I'm not too concerned because we do have a pretty good amount of dried meat coming out of the queue soon anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is put granite tiles in here instead of sandstone, and use sandstone as my outdoor walk blocks. Which means sandstone, oops, here and here. I don't have enough of it yet, but we're cutting it. Another visitor named Squid. Squid the healer. Squid the cauterizer, I guess. And a party. You know, I don't have a party spot. Let me fix that. So marriage spot, party spot, ritual spot. Because right now we're partying outside, which I guess is fine. Personally, I think it would be really cool to be in a forest like this. The size of these trees are kind of reminiscent of the Great Redwood Forest, or like sequoias or something like that, because these trees are massive. They are just towering. And Wanderer joined Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Oh, Nelly looks old. Oh god, Nelly is very old. Beautiful, but very, very old. Hi, Nelly. I don't know what to do with an octogenarian. But, yeah, we're not gonna toss you out. I will raffle you off. I might put you in a outpost, though. For your own protection, honestly. But you are a very good planner. So, here, our first raffle. Raffle timer's up. And good luck. She can at least help me try to sow the farm fields, although with barely working legs. I don't know if that will go well. Although she's still hawking. It's too bad that she's not like a witcher. And she's still spry for an 84-year-old. I mean, Geralt was like, what, 110? Something like that? 71? Vesemir was 169. Geralt was 104. Okay. I was off by 4 years. 6 years, whatever. Alright, let me get rid of that poll. What to do with Nelly? Put her in a farming outpost. Keep her here in the keep. Or cast her out for her own protection. It's not exactly a safe place for an 84-year-old. Although one of her highest skills is melee. But I'll leave that up to you. So, I'll raffle her if we decide not to cast her out. And we do have House Soren coming for trades. So, Mason the Brave. Oh, hey, I guess you are brave. Very ugly. Brave. That's... Okay, so this will be Nelly's bed. So she doesn't have to sleep on the ground. This quest is bugged, so I'm just going to delete it. It's basically the... It's kind of like the Arcanexus quest line of this mod pack, but it's not something I'm planning on doing. My lord, you're slow. Luciferian, please. Oh, and Oberon just got his first skill. So I'm going to have you all vote on how to level him up. After this current poll is over. And he is on his feet, so let's get rid of the high priority bed rest. Here is the dried meat that came off the meat racks. I'm going to have Madzi fill them back up to try to prevent our meat from spoiling. I can go hunting here in a minute. Can you grab stacks of... Oh, is she not of our ideology? No, she is of the Hessian cult. So either way, she has to be in prison first. As long as she's not a Psycaster, which no, she is not. Sorry, Nelly. You're, enjoy the clink. Did you know that, and I read this on Reddit recently, that the clink was actually a real prison? I didn't know that. That's where that terminology comes from. And it was apparently a very awful prison to be in, too. And Mason, I will give you nothing, because I have nothing to sell you. Alright, there's the floor for the smithy. And with all of this new rice, one thing I'm going to do here is... Let's do until we have, let's say, 6 fine meals. And then after that, I am going to do pemmican until there is no resources left. Okay, looks like we're going to put her in a farming outpost. Once she converts, of course. But she is going to get raffled off. In just 10 seconds. Wildlife. There is a rocks that's downed? Because you have a heart attack. Hey, well, that's good for me. Because that's a lot of meat. Congratulations, Turtle Sandwich. You're now an 84-year-old plank cutter. If you want to name your character, the character's details channel points are open. And all that Lindworm meat is going rotten. Whatever happened to that rocks? Did it get back up? No, it died. I mean, it died at the ripe old age of 149, so don't feel too bad. And we won't waste it. Meat, bone, leather, all of it. We won't waste it. What other animals? So we do have a mega sloth. Scorpius. Oh, yes. So the thing I meant to do. How to type this up? Give me just 1 second. All right, there we go. What school of magic should Oberon invest into? So, Oberon is not restricted level-wise, but he is restricted to classes of Warlord, Protector, Empath. So, Warlord is combat spells for melee or ranged. The next one that he could unlock is Power Leap, which is kind of like a jump pack of sorts. Protector, which is healing, aiding, and regenning. Scorpius already has some of the Protector tree unlocked, so you could see Word of Healing, Pain Block, Stabilize, which temporarily stops bleeds, and Word of Immunity. It eventually actually allows you to regrow limbs. So if we lose limbs and fingers or even have scars, we can heal them. Very powerful. Empath is a school that no one has unlocked just yet, but Empath allows you to manipulate moods and inspirations and things like that. That's down here. So Word of Love, Word of Joy, Word of Serenity, Word of Inspiration, Psychic Soothe, Male and Female Bliss, Energy Dump, Mind Wipe, and Reunion Farskip, which would do nothing. Reunion Farskips all of your relatives to your map tile, like Force Pull, I don't know, whatever. Add a new focus type, so I should explain this as well. Focus types, everyone right now in the colony all have tribal backgrounds, but that's not necessarily going to be true for everybody that joins. And there's different focus types in the Psycast Expanded mod, and they stack. So, for instance, if I have everybody in my colony have the group focus type and the natural focus type, if I have everybody meditating at the anima tree all at once, they will benefit not only from the anima tree, but they will also benefit from the group, because they'll get additional meditation focus gain from being around other meditators. Not all of the stacking works together, I have noticed. So, for instance, I didn't manage to stack nature and fire. Like, having sources of fire around the anima tree didn't seem to work. But what did work was, like, wealth, group, and nature stacked all together. So if I had a lot of valuable objects around the tree, a lot of people meditating around the tree, and people meditating at the tree, it would be huge psi-focus gain rate. Just to explain that. And then the last is upgrade stats. So upgrading your stats just allows you to upgrade these things, which is your psi-focus cost factor, reducing the amount of psi-focus it costs to cast, your gain rate, your sensitivity, your heat recovery rate, allowing you to cast quicker and more subsequent, and your heat limit, giving you a larger pool to cast from. So that's just sort of like a generic dump stat. Also, to remind you all that in the additional restrictions, all other members other than the original 5 are restricted to a level cap of 5. So they will not level up past 5 for Psycast, and they restricted the schools of Protector, Warlord, Archon, Empath, Frost Shaper, and Conflagrator, and are restricted to the lowest 2 tiers. So what that means, the lowest 2 tiers, that would be like tier 1, tier 2. They wouldn't go past 2. And the other schools that I had mentioned is a fire casting school, which is like group AoEs, and Frost. And I did just explain Empath. So there's a lot of restrictions, and a lot of these restrictions are for game balance and lore and focus. There's a lot of skills, for instance, that make no sense for this series, which are advanced technologies and, or necromancy and things like that, which we won't be delving into. We are honor-bound warriors. So it looks to me like we are going to have Oberon go into Warlord for Power Leap. So Power Leap leads to Blade Focus, which doubles the melee attack speed, or Firing Focus, which reduces the attack cooldown. Obviously, he's a swordsman, so we'll do Blade Focus, but also Adrenaline Rush, which is sort of like a pain block, a self-inflicted, self-buffed pain blocker. Then there is Controlled Frenzy, which doubles the amount of melee damage that you do, and every kill that you inflict reduces your heat, allowing you to cast. There's also Kill Skip, which allows you to basically blink and attack. Beckon, which is a vanilla RimWorld royalty psycast, which forces someone to walk to you. And Mass Beckon forces a lot of people to walk to you. And then also Guided Shot, which he is obviously melee, so he wouldn't bother with that. But that's the Warlord tree. And I'll explain these trees, rather than explaining them all at once, I'll explain them when they become relevant, so that you can make informed decisions and I don't have to repeat myself ad nauseum. Alright, what are we working on? So this is going to be the Smithy. We, of course, to gain the Smithy, we need to research smithing, which we have not yet done. Perhaps at some point. And I think it would be wise to start to micromanage the process of the tannery. Because I do not see materials coming through here. And I don't want the rocks pelt going bad. So I need about 100 more, about 100 more granite blocks to finish up the smithy. And let's also add that to a home zone. We keep it clean and repaired and not on fire. The tanning is a hauler task, yeah. That it is. That is a lot of rice. Current priority now, research alchemy. And expand the tannery, build the smithy. So, the smithy is about as done as I can make it for now. It's almost as far as I could go without additional technologies. Hope we get a janitor soon. I know. Oberon's actually a pretty good janitor when he uses his speed boost. So, like, if I speed boost him... Well, he wants to... Nope, he's hauling. So I'll use speed boost and have him haul. No, don't pray at the tree. Here's him flying around at the speed of light, hauling things where they belong. So we can also use what seems to be combat abilities to very effectively manage tasks like that. Of course, it does use his psi focus, so that puts him in a worse position if a fight was to erupt. But still pretty good. Like if Quicksilver was a parcel carrier? Yeah, or parcel carrier? Yeah, exactly. Quicksilver was a mail carrier. I think it would be a dramatic misuse of his talents, but yes. That'd be a funny, that'd be a funny superhero show. A superhero who just wants to not use his superpowers at all. I suppose that's a bit like Dr. Manhattan or whatever. Who was, you know, basically a living god who was like, nah, leave me alone. I don't want to be a hero or interact with humanity anymore. And now to your next story idea. You're welcome. I think it is useful to remind everybody that the premise for all of these concepts are submitted by my community. So I don't even come up with these ideas. Man, her certainty is quite certain. She is not reducing at all. That's okay, I'm patient. Let's see. Oh, no. This is not good. We have an evil creature that are... Really? That one's even harder to kill than the last one. Oh, Lord. Shoot. Trying to think of... I'm gonna retrofit the western walls to deal with this animal. Because I really don't want to die early, if possible. And Nelly's sad wandering. Good. Have a mental breakdown. Switch affinities. See if I care. Thank you, fellow knight, for tuning in to Knights of the Seer, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 20th and August 21st. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. But please keep in mind that this series was a one-time only mini-series, which means that I can't incorporate any suggestions. If you would like to get more involved in the RimWorld mini-series or any of the other events in my gaming community, a link to Discord can be found in the description of the video or at Rhadamant.com. All of these miniseries are suggestions submitted by you, the viewers. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons and Twitch subscribers and viewers like you that support the channel. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow knight.